Hey there guys, this is a horror game Phenom here, and today I'm bringing to you a nice brand new Let's Play of Resident Evil Director's Cut on PlayStation 5. Um, During this commentary, I will be doing a couple of different scenarios. I will be doing both Chris and Jill's. Probably start off with Chris and then move to Jill in the second playthrough. Um, just like my previous playthroughs, I will be going over little tidbits of information as we go throughout, and I'll try to enlighten you if there's anything that's new to you. So a little bit of background. I am not new to Resident Evil, the director's cut, any of its re-releases, or the remake. I have a pretty long history with the series, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with Chris on this first playthrough. And I will be very quiet throughout all the campy dialogue and stuff, so feel free to enjoy.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
You haven't found it?
No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
Hey! Come here!
Joseph!
No! Don't go! Jill, run for that house!
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself. We don't know where Barry is.
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.
I love that opening every single time I see it. They have escaped into the mansion where they thought it was safe. Yet...
I don't know what happened.
Barry! Where's Barry?
Well, I'm sorry, but he's probably...
No. What is that?
I'll go and check.
Okay, Jill and I will stay in the hall in case of an emergency.
Chris? Take care.
Alright, well, now that we got all that out of the way, let's start the adventure. So I chose Chris first because mainly he is the most difficult, or he's the more difficult between him and Jill. He has, I'm gonna remove the controls here. I am playing the PS5 version, which does have access to save states and stuff. I'll try not to use them or spam them too much, but we'll see. So, I'm trying to remember how do I inventory. There we go. He has 6 item spaces from Jill's 8. He only has the combat knife equipped, which I will be dumping in the item box almost immediately. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, for a little bit of background, I am actually streaming this via remote play. The PS5 only has a recording resolution of 1080p at 60 FPS when using remote play, so that's why I'm running that through here. I'm streaming on a Backbone wireless controller, so I'm gonna try a little differently. So let's get into some fun facts about Resident Evil's history. The earliest development that was really known about Resident Evil started around 1994, like super late 94. 95, the first playable prototypes emerged. The game's original premise was supposed to be a first-person action game a la Resident Evil Survivor, even though not as terrible. But if you wanted an idea of what a first-person Resident Evil was supposed to be like, that's probably the closest you'll find outside of Resident Evil 7. But a PS1 version of a first-person Resident Evil game would be Resident Evil Survivor for a good measure. So this first playthrough is going to be pretty short. I'm probably not going to save I'm not going to save normally with the increment. I'm probably just going to save using the quick save function here, just as a way to kind of go through, just to make it a little faster. So let's carry on so we can get through the first encounter. This playthrough will be staggered out between different parts, so I probably won't do like a full mansion part, then guardhouse, then aqua ring, then lab. I'll probably just do bits and chunks at varying times just throughout. I need a sword key for that. Alright, let's try assembly locked. Alright, let's. You do notice that if there is any chugging or lag on my end, it is because I am streaming this, so. We've encountered our first zombie. I'm just gonna go this way. So another fun fact is I'm also playing on the advanced mode. The advanced mode has alternate costumes for Chris and everyone else. So instead of his normal green attire, he's wearing sort of I don't know what you would call this, like not a holster, but like a vest. Kind of neat. So a couple of interesting tidbits about the original Resident Evil is that it's one that's pretty well known is that, until this part finishes. Wesker? Jill?
Wesker? Jill?
There's the handgun.
What happened to Jill and Wesker?
God, I love how horrible the voice acting is. So, another interesting fact is that the live actors that you saw at the start for Chris, Jill, or rather Chris, Wesker, and Barry are actually still alive, and they've been doing charity events on the YouTube channel Residents of Evil, portraying their old selves. They even did a live action, not a movie, I guess, but it was sort of a, I don't know, a short film on the same channel, so it's worth checking out. Right, let's continue on. Oof. It's funny, in the remake, if you open this, a Cerberus will actually jump into the front hall, so it's a little more dynamic in the remake, obviously. Jill's gun. It's the Beretta M92F. It's just the Beretta. I don't know what, it might be a different designation. Let's check it out. For an early PS1 game, I mean, it does look pretty good. Oh. Sorry. Beretta M92FS. My fault. Alright. Let's carry on. Let's just grab the increment here. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and I will save. So I already have save data from a previous playthrough over a year ago. So that'll sort of end this first part. Then when we start back up, we'll continue forward with Chris.